Good morning, hey cousins. I've missed you guys. I just don't know what it is. I've missed you so much. It's like I wake up, I want to go live, but I just can't. Black love versus blue therapy. I have gotten so many requests for me to review Black Love. When it first came out, I tried. I just couldn't. And you guys just kept asking. As I told somebody, I said, okay, I'm gonna try again this season. I watched a whole episode and I was like, I don't even bite my fingernails in real life. I just cannot. Because in my head, when I hear the show Black Love, I hear struggle love. Okay. Does that mean all the couples are struggling? No, it's just in my head, I hear struggle love. Not that Black Love is struggle love, but when I hear the show Black Love, I hear struggle love. Okay. The reason I hear struggle love is after I wrote 20, The Naked Wife, after I wrote this book, it took me 5 or 6 years to compile it, talk to a couple wives, ex-wives. I realize, and that's where I get a lot of my content, which is why I yell and scream from the mountaintop from my girls, please don't marry wrong. Okay. What I learned, excuse me, is that a lot of couples are a square. What is this? Square peg, round hole, whatever they said. This is what a lot of couples are. I just love my little thingy. Isn't it pretty? Uh it this is a lot of couples trying to match, and it's just not working. And the reason why a lot of couples are that way is because the foundation is not right. A lot of couples are testifying they've been together 25 years, and then when you hear their story, it's like, why y'all still together? It's not because they love each other. They're together because of kids, or what are people going to say? A lot of church people stay together because of the church. Divorce was frowned on. And it's just like, to me, I just don't want to spend my time reviewing struggle love. Okay. I also think that a Black Love, the show, it's like this psychological thing that's encouraging people to stay in struggle marriages. Not that all the marriages are bad, or, but a lot of them are. Let me be, let me tell you, all marriages go through. Hallelujah. Every last marriage goes through. Mine goes through. Um, every couple has trials. Mines have trials. There's no perfect marriage. Mine is not perfect. I might be getting on my last nerve, child, sometimes. Also, I just don't have this unquenchable thirst for pillars of Black love or marriages of Black love. Because in my mind, Black love is still imperfect love. And so my example of marriage is Christ and the church. And even Christ and the church is not perfect. Christ is perfect, but the church is being perfected. So we're not there yet. That's why you will never hear me talk about Black love on my channel. Oh my God, is that Black love? Now I might share something on Facebook, and Valentine's Day, ever so often they have a lot of Black couples. They'll share and they say Black love or Black fathers or so, and I'll share it. But you'll never hear me make a post or do a video. Oh, Black love. I don't have that unquenchable thirst. You'll never hear me talk about a couple, with the exception of Ciara and what's her husband's name? Lord. Him. because they remind me of me and Mike. You know, I was that girl, had a baby, looking for a good husband, and Russell. Thank y'all, and the Lord blessed me. Other than that, because the truth is, you don't know what's going on in a marriage. Okay, and a marriage is a covenant. You know, with Married at First Sight, the people are married and then they decide, are they going to stay together or get a divorce. That's why after they stay together, you rarely hear me talk about them. A lot of you have asked me, Janice, could you do couples cam or happily ever after? um I just feel like once you're married, you need to work your marriage out and work it out in secret or in private. Not that you can't share. And you know, ever so often I'll share, oh, so-and-so's getting a divorce, so-and-so bought a new house, so-and-so bought a car, whatever, or so-and-so was fine. But I don't really uh review their lives like they do on Married at First Sight. Okay. Marriage to me is like the Bible said, it's a covenant, and it's that three-chord string that holds, that binds a couple together. And I just think that a lot of couples, I remember when it first came out, this one couple, so many of you emailed me to watch it, and I watched one episode, and that, you guys will probably know who I'm talking about. That poor, they was married about 25 years, and that man done cheated, have about 55 kids, did all kind of craziness. And oh, we're still together. Oh, I want to hold up my covenant. And I'm like, what covenant? Your husband already broke the covenant a million times over. And she looks so beat down. She was just so tired. And that's a lot of people's like, oh my God, Janice, you'll have to review this. And I watched it. I was like, I can't. I feel so sorry for her. Why is she staying with him? So you can say, oh, we've been together for 20 years. So from my book, The Naked Wife, oh, it's torn. Let me one of the couple, one of the ladies I interviewed was a marriage counselor. And she really opened my eyes on some things. The marriage counselor in the book, The Naked Wife, available on Amazon, still on sale. Page 255. It says, people are always so quick to say how marriages lasted longer 50 years ago. Can we please have a real conversation about the truth, though? Yes, some marriages worked years ago and they lasted longer. But the fact is that many wives stayed because they didn't have a choice. The man was the sole provider, and the wife stayed home and took care of the kids at home. Many husbands were abusive. They cheated and had other families in the streets, but the wives stayed. Why? Because she didn't have a choice. The husband was the provider, and the wife depended on him for everything. If she picked up and left because of abuse or adultery or ill treatment, she didn't have anywhere to go. Or she couldn't provide for herself and her kids. So many wives stayed and dealt with it because they had to. And that's what the church folks wanted to tell me when I packed up all six of my kids and left my husband, the elder. No, ma'am. I refuse to deal with abuse and adultery. Those are two things that I will not tolerate. Yes, couples go through disagreements, but those things can be worked out. But abuse and adultery, absolutely not. And that's how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of things you can work out. My husband and I, we believe in continual counseling. But abuse, abandonment, adultery, okay. It reads on. I had a couple who came to see me recently. The wife has been trying to get him to go to counseling for the longest possible time. She finally gave him an ultimatum, and so he came. The first thing he said was that his parents had been married for 55 years, and so he didn't understand why his wife was talking about counseling and wanting to leave him. That is a long time, I said, and complimented him. But as the discussion went on, I came to find out that his father had left home when my client was 3, has been shacking up for 44 years. My client is 47. I got to walk around the chair this time. Wait a second. Your dad has been shacking up with another woman for 44 years while he is still married to your mom, and you want to sit up here and tell your wife and me that your parents have been married for 55 years? Yeah, but he has finally come home, he said. My mother is a woman of faith and prayer, and for 44 years she has been praying for him. Now that's a good woman and a good wife. She's not like these new wives these days. You have a little disagreement and they are ready to leave. Sir, you are abusive to your wife and children. You call that a little disagreement? Anyway, what happened that he came back? Is he sick? Did she leave him? What was it? Well, he's sick and his kidneys are going, from the drinking. Oh, so he came home because he was sick. Yeah, but he's still provided for us and all. That's just one example of how people blow the trumpet that they have been married for 50 years, regardless that it is full of dysfunction inside. So when I hear people say that marriages work better back then, I just drop my glasses and look at them and ask them to explain. The truth is that marriages did not work better back then any more than they do today. But that woman back then depended a lot more on their husbands. These days, most women have their own money and can provide for themselves and their children. That is the reason why we are not putting up with all the bullcrap. Sweetie, I have been a marriage counselor for 20 years and still going on strong. I could tell you stories for days. And the only difference between couples that have been married for 50 years and couples today that has been married for only 5 years is money. I wouldn't encourage any woman to waste her time with a man who is not doing right by her. Look at me. After having 7 babies for my husband, I quit my government job that paid me quite well because we had 5 kids and he wanted to continue to try for a boy. He started acting like a fool. The fights happened more and more. Then I got pregnant again and had Hannah. He refused to add her to his insurance, and I had to go and get on government assistance so that I could take my baby to the doctor. That's a shame before God and man. But that was okay. I put him on child support where I was getting $2,500 a month, and thank God I had my degree to fall back on. I started counseling online over the phone. I made ends meet, and my babies and I did well. I refused to put up with foolishness from a grown man. And we were high school sweethearts, so he wasn't just some man I had met on the street. We were married for almost 20 years when he started giving me and his kids his behind to kiss. And I refused to deal with it. Why? I had seen my mother and all the ladies at the church putting up with and dealing with foolishness from their husbands. He would be gone and she would be at the altar praying for him to come back home. I didn't pray one prayer for that idiot. Either you want to be married and be a good father, or you don't. He didn't, and so I gave him his walking papers. Now my mom lives with me, still praying for daddy to come home. Oh Lord. So when I hear black love, I hear struggle love. Because again, there is no perfect marriage. But from this book, I realize that a lot of couples get married for wrong reasons, and a lot of couples are trying. This is why you see a lot of couples, after the kids go to college, they get a divorce. Okay, because they were staying together for the kids. So I just don't want to spend time reviewing people with. As far as Blue Therapy, I watched it. I watched like 3 episodes. I'm gonna rewatch it with you guys. The reason I love it, and it's probably because it's more towards my niche, where they're dating or engaged from the couples I saw, and they still have time to realize y'all don't work. It don't work, baby. You're trying to make it work, and it's not working. So you need to walk away. And this is why I encourage my ladies to vet men properly. Don't be afraid to walk away, because you will spend your time in your marriage trying to fit, and it's not going to fit, and you will spend your time trying to fit versus enjoying your marriage. Another thing I realize, especially with a lot of black women, Christian women, is that they feel as if God is using their marriage as punishment to get them closer to God, or to get them, it's a lesson. God is trying to teach me how to stand, some bull crap like that. Let me tell y'all something. If God is going to use abuse and mistreatment, whatever, to perfect you, I'm sorry, baby, you need to read your Bible. Come on over to study the Bible in 1 year, because that's not Bible. Marriage, Christ and the church. Christ and the church. I have to run. Come on over in the living room with me to watch the first episode of Blue Therapy. I watched it. I love it. I think it fits more for us over here. Church girls want to get married too, is but because you can see what the couples are going through, and when those issues arise in your dating, you need to walk away. The 2 or 3 couples I saw, like, why are they together? They don't match. They're imperfect. But those are the people who are getting married and fighting to make it work, and it's just not working. It's just your marriage is supposed to come like this. It's a 3-chord string. We did that in our wedding. Pastor had us to do the 3-chord, and then the salt. We did sand, salt. You're supposed to become one, but a lot of couples are not like this. You're like this. I love you also, ladies. You see these little cute little, take these, get these, and decorate your home. Yes, honey. Okay, be managers of your home. I love you. I have to go. I miss you guys. I might come live today. I just so miss you guys. I think because I stayed on talking to you guys for like 4 hours the other day. And it's like I really do miss you guys. So I might come live today. But anyways, I love you. Gotta go. Oh, thank you for your love and support. Listen, 10 Years a Girlfriend, I need reviews. You guys should be getting your books now. Get on over to Amazon. Leave me a review. I have to go. Available on Amazon. The Naked Wife. Y'all need to read this book, Naked Wives. Ladies that's dating for marriage, 23 types of guys. Most of gratitude in Christ I am. I love you. I love you. I love you. I have to go. See you on the couch, okay? Bye.